Okay, so in this video I'm going to be doing a review of the art aesthetics in the Pokemon AZ game. So if we look at this and look at that, we got Pokemon ZA Legends, which are AZ Legends, depending on how you want to look at it. Let's get a full-blown picture of the asset. So right here we have a cluttered composition with central focal point not unclear. The villain is obscured by a fog. Uh, you got a Gardevoir over here, and yeah, the central focus doesn't seem to be consistent with this because the villain that everyone's focusing on is obscured by a fog, which makes it unclear. Overall, the line work and the artwork and the cell shading is pretty much standard, what you'll find in most artworks of this style. Uh, the main character's jacket here is puffed up. It's got a pack that's hovering on his ass. The hip design here is incorrectly drawn because it's that from this position the hip should flare out more, which is a error in anatomy. And this thigh right there is at an awkward angle and doesn't even look like it's connected to his body. So that is a issue for that. If we look at the symbolism here, you got background assets that are too clear. These background assets should be blurred a little because of field of depth. It's not an important aspect. You should have it there, but it shouldn't be freaking so focused that you can see every little detail. But they take the field of depth in the view of the villain and obscure it with this cloud effect, which is not very good composition in my opinion. So if we go back here, let's look at the cover of this. We got this was obscured by the compression format, so freaking you got compression for distortion this one, so this is a bad one to look at. And that's not because of the drawing itself; it's just the compression of the image. So I'm not really doing too many fidelity arguments here because of image compression. So if we look at this right here and look at that, oh yeah, the compression's even worse than that one. You can't even make out the villain or the background assets at all. Uh, so if we look at this, okay, someone's run a cool filter over this to blue in the effect to make it look colder. And again, even in this picture, the villain is still too obscured to be the central focal point, which begs the question, are these people supposed to be the central focal point? Because everyone is focusing on that central point. So why are these guys... It's like the sight picture, when you establish a sight picture, um, the point of focus in your sight picture here is on this, the protagonist. But what are they seeing? They're seeing hips incorrectly drawn, bad freaking hip distortions. The lollipopping is off on that male character here. The female character is better, but they are missing a foot. You can see that the foot's not drawn in through, and their right leg is completely missing, and you can't see it up here if they had it propped up. So they just didn't even draw that at all. And if you look here, you can tell that this pouch is clipped onto the ass of the character. But if you look over here, this pocket right here is just hanging on. I don't know if it's hanging off the gluteus maximus or the side of the ilium, but it's not clear because the anatomy in this portion here is so poorly rendered. So if we look down this way, this character is missing an arm because freaking unless they're both going in the same direction, which is impractical. You should have an arm facing one slightly down, one slightly up, because a character is not going to maintain complete asymmetry. Even right here, you don't see the asymmetry perfectly rendered. And also the inside hip and joints of the animal here are not articulated, so it looks like it looks like the legs turned into an amorphous blob. So if we go on to here, the lighting effect here is creating the effect that Pikachu or this animal is wearing a mask, or is somehow obscured by the light effects. So if you go at it from normal distance, it looks like he's been scalped or is maybe wearing some sort of helmet over his thing. It doesn't really come off as a light effect, because even a light effect would have a cell shade sheen to it. And these characters are completely freaking characters are completely out of focus. The friggin' objective lens on them is clearly focused on these characters over here, while these characters in the field of depth are obscured. But the problem is that the background goes back to focus, which creates parallaxing issues where you got focus in the close range, you got obscurity in the mid range, and you got focus again in the long distance, which creates a freaking problem with the field of depth, because you have far distance focality, you have close distance focality, but mid distance has obscurity. This character's claws look ridiculous. They look robotic. And they don't even look like they're sharpened at all. I know this is supposed to be some sort of praying mantis creature that has sharp blades for hands, but the articulation of his claws just looks like the jaws of hungry hippos. So I think I'll conclude this as the video for the cover art. So